welcome back to my channel and into another cash stuffing envelope video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Sue. We'd love to have you as part of our family here on YouTube. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, that like button, all those fun things, I greatly appreciate it. And for all of you guys that keep coming back, thanks for keep watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Leave them in the comment box below. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. Also, one thing I did want to tell you that I am on Instagram. That link is always in my description bar. And if there's a question that you might have that you don't feel comfortable leaving in the description or the comment box, you can go ahead and email me. That is also always in my description bar. So check those links out if that's something that you're interested in, or need to get a hold of me for some reason. You can follow me on both Instagram and send me an email. Okay. For those of you guys also who are just now stumbling across this video, I do have a playlist on my channel. It is called Budget, and if you want to see more from in the beginning of when I first started filming these videos, then you can by all means go to that playlist and watch them and get caught up with all the fun things that have been happening. A little bit of a backstory. Just wanted you guys to know that the reason why I do this system is just for our weekly expenses or our variable expenses or things that might come up in everyday, day-to-day life. We do take our bill money and our savings account money out whenever we get our paychecks. We get 5 paychecks in the month. My husband gets paid every week. I get paid twice a month. We have a set amount of money that we take out for our savings and a set amount of money that we take out for our bills. We are always a month ahead of our bills, so any money that I've put into the checking account in August will go towards September bills. Now, if you are just now starting out and you want to become about a month ahead in your bills, then what you can do is you could add a cash envelope system into your cash envelopes and just start setting money towards that goal. So if you have, you know, $1,000 that you know you pay every month for bills, make yourself an envelope. Start putting $20 or $30 in there until that's fully funded, and then you can deposit that into your bank account and work off of that as far as your monthly bills, and then always be putting money back into your checking account to pay those monthly bills. That's how we do it. Right now we are in savings account. We are saving as much money as possible. We really don't have too much debt. I mean, we have a couple credit cards that have less than $200 or $300 on them, but we're not in heavy debt. We don't have car payments or anything like that. So we're able to apply our money to savings, and we are either going to be buying a house, which is ultimately what I really would like to do, is just well, my husband would like to buy a house. I would like to build one. So spring of next year, our goal is to save as much money as possible for new furnishings, and also to have the biggest down payment that we possibly can. So we take out $125 right off of the top out of every single one of the paychecks that come in, his and mine both included, and we set that aside. So that's at least $600 that we save every month. I do have a $5 challenge account that we're working on, as well as if my husband works a little bit extra overtime, or if I work a little bit extra overtime, then that extra money also gets applied straight into our savings account. I normally only work off of, in my cash envelope system, between $280 and $340, just depending on what we have going on throughout what I know I can foresee coming up. Anything that is beyond that goes into, say I have, like, for example, I actually have a whole extra $100 that was extra because my husband worked a little bit of overtime this past week. So I have a $100 bill that's going to go back into my checking account and go directly into savings. I'm not going to even include that into this week's expenses. A lot of these things are just things that we save up a little bit extra for, like the vacation fund. It's my birthday coming up. We kind of would like to go away for the weekend. So we've just been slowly but surely setting money aside for that. We just put back $20 here or there, and eventually that will be enough money to where we can go away for the weekend if we choose to, or we can take the kids somewhere over the weekend, you know, whatever. Most of the time when we start saving up for our big vacation, which is always usually at the end of May, you'll see this number getting, this account here getting way more money than what it gets right now. But right now we're not even sure whether or not we're going on away for the weekend for my birthday. So this is just, we have no definite plans. It just depends on what's going on at the time. So this is just extra money that we're throwing into an account so we have some extra spending money, or, you know, it's hotel costs or whatever the case may be. I already have for this month set up $100 that's put back into, every time I get to $100 on stuff like vacation or car maintenance, which I usually never get to $100, or my $5 challenge envelope, I usually take that extra money because it's just sitting in this envelope and I don't want to carry it around with me. So we usually just, when I get to 100, I'll take it out. I have an extra cash stuffing envelope inside my safe that I'll just throw money into, and I will notate down here in my budget report how much money went towards each thing. So right now this month I've put back $100 already into vacation, and I've put $100 into the $5 challenge. So those monies for this month alone are sitting inside my safe. That doesn't count the money that I had from last month or the month before. And we just kind of collect it. You know, there's no point in spending every single penny that you have unless your financial situation means that you have to do that, if that makes any sense. Okay, so we are, but like I said, we're debt free at this moment. We are aggressively saving up to purchase a house or to buy or to build one, and so all of our extra money we're just making a conscious effort to set back all of the money that we can, if that makes sense. So this was extra. I had $430 left over from after paying bills and savings account, so I pulled that money out. And I'm gonna be putting this, I'll put this back into the safe for now, but whenever I go to the bank the next time, I'll take it back out and deposit it into our savings account we have at the bank. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. First thing I always like to do is pull out any extra money that I might have from last week out of groceries, miscellaneous, in my buffer account. Those are the three accounts that usually I'm into the most, and can change from day to day. So groceries usually never has any extra money. And miscellaneous has $6, and here's a $5 bill, so I'm gonna set that aside. And like, we spent quite a bit of our sinking fund money this week. We had some things that came up. We had my oldest son turned 17, so he got his birthday money. And then this is my buffer account, and I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then another $1. So I will be adding all these $5 bills. I consciously, just for the record, I consciously try not to spend my $5 bills. I mean, it's just another way for me to be conscious of trying to set money aside and saving it instead of just spending it on whatever. So last week, as you guys watched, if you watched last week's video, I had $100 and $5 bills that I took out, and I had 20 left over in $5 bills. So let's just count these up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 is now going to be in the $5 challenge. So I'll put that money back in there. And then I'll probably just add these $2 extra back into my grocery account, which is going to have to be increased starting this week because we are back to school. So I'm going to allow for $20 extra in my grocery budget just for lunchbox things. So that is what you're going to see here. So we have, I'm going to put $100 in here. Miscellaneous always gets 40, Dollar Tree gets 20. I go into Dollar Tree with one $20 bill. I like to buy craft supplies and DIY supplies and things like that. So I usually go to Dollar Tree every week. I have a Dollar Tree playlist. So if you're interested in seeing what I find at Dollar Tree, then you can look for that on my channel. It doesn't matter if I buy craft supplies or if I find a package of cookies or something, that money comes out of this $20. I try not to spend any more than $20. It's my way of budgeting and limiting myself because I will buy 3 and 4 of like home decor items, things that I can do DIYs on, and I will go crazy. So I give myself $20. When we started saving all this money and trying to set back all this money, I was going to cut Dollar Tree out completely, but I couldn't. So it's something that I like to do. I love DIYs. I love crafting. So I give myself 20 bucks at the Dollar Tree just to be able to purchase things, and I don't feel like I am missing all these fun things that come to Dollar Tree. Gas gets 20, and I know that this seems like it's a low amount for a lot of people, but we live in a very small town, in a rural town. We hardly ever, unless we're going somewhere for football or something like that, we hardly ever spend more than $20 a week on gas. Now this $20 here is just for my vehicle. My husband also gets $20, but I just give that cash to him. I don't keep it into the cash envelope system. So he gets $20 and I get $20 a week. Most of the time I have gas left over, so I actually probably really only spend 10 bucks. I live 2 blocks from the kids' school. I live probably 4 blocks from my work. So we don't really, throughout the week, we really don't do much, and so $20 is sufficient for us. School here is gonna get $10. Car maintenance gets 20. Sports gets 20. Clothing gets 20. Family fun gets 20, gifts gets 10, and again, vacation gets 20, and then my buffer will be 30. And I do believe I'm at 330 this week. So there is the breakdown of how this is gonna go. So what I do is I just take my cash envelope system and I take my cash. So I got some 10s this time, and I got some 20s, and then I have these 2 ones left over, which is just gonna go into my grocery fund anyway. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 for groceries, and 20, 40 for miscellaneous. Dollar Tree gets 20. And like I said, I usually spend that whole 20. If I have anything left, it's usually just change and it goes right into my change jar. Gas also gets 20. Back to school is empty. I had, I think, $30 in here, and I had to buy some school t-shirts, themed t-shirts for our kids. So I am down to no monies in here, and I put back to school on here, but this is actually for anything school related. So I usually put $10 a week in there, just in case, you know, my kids need something, they want to eat breakfast at school, something like that. We pack lunches. If you guys don't know, I have I do lunchbox videos here on my channel as well. Car maintenance is going to get 20, so I'm adding that to the 20 that's in there, and that's 40. Sports, of course, is always cleared out every week, especially right now with football season. During football season, I always put $20 into sports. During the off seasons, I only put $5 or $10 in there. It just depends on what's going on and what stage of the game we're in. Clothing has 20, 40, 60, 80, and we'll have 100 in here. We don't buy, I budget for like back to school shopping and stuff like this. This here clothing fund is just for anything that we might need weekly wise. Somebody needs new underwear, socks, or whatever. That's the reason why I budget for that. I know my husband's gonna need a new pair of shoes before too long, as am I. So we're just putting money in there, and we will use that money. It's usually used for me and my husband, not necessarily my kids, because I do budget my kids' back to school clothes and things like that into our bills. So family fun is empty. We had quite a bit of money in there last week, but like I said, we had a birthday. My oldest son is 17, and so we went out to dinner, and then we had a football jamboree as well last Saturday. So we went out to lunch, then went out to dinner. So we spent all that money. Gifts is going to get $10 in here. There's 20 in there now. I don't foresee, and these gifts, this account is usually for like, you know, my kids' friends or cousins or something like that. If it's like me, my husband, my kids, we budget in that money like it's a bill. So that's the reason why this is just for uncontrollable foreseen birthday parties and things like that. You know, you always have birthday parties that you gotta go to, and they end up just coming up on you and you forget all about them. And so I don't like having the pressure of feeling like I have to take money out of my checking or my savings account for that. So if that were to arise, a birthday party out of the blue, then I have at least 20 bucks in there usually at all times for a quick present. Vacation has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And I will be putting this aside. I'm pulling this because there's 100 here now. So I'm gonna clip this together and put it in my safe as well. And we'll be starting over with that. And then this is my buffer. And if you guys watch these videos all the time, I'm all the time saying I don't feel comfortable not having a buffer. Sometimes I put $20 in here, sometimes I put $40 in here. If I need this money, it's here for me. And if I don't, then I don't. 9 times out of 10, as you guys watch these videos, you know that I usually do end up getting into this money for something throughout the week. I'm always starting out with $30 or $40, and I end up with a whole bunch of 5s in there. Because another thing that I like to do is I pull out of my miscellaneous money first. So if I want a soda, I go to the gas station and get that soda. I put the change back in the miscellaneous. But if all I have in there is 20s and 10s and a 5, then I'm going to pull out that 10, use that 10. If I get a 5 from that change, then I try to hang on to my 5. So a lot of times I get into this buffer specifically because I don't want to use my $5 bills, but I usually end up putting more money back into it as the week goes on, if that makes any sense, because I try to save my $5 bills and put them back in here. So we're putting 30 back in there, and then I'm going to take this $2 and I'm gonna throw it into my grocery money. And there's that. That is our cash stuffing envelope. I will mark down here that I added another $100 to my vacation fund. Just so that I know. And I'm not going to apply this extra $100 bills into it, because this will end up going back into my savings account at my bank. Alright guys, that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment box below. And if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button before you go, that like bell before you go. And as always guys, we will see you in the next video. Bye!